Join me here in a moment, and you and I could talk until who knows when about that football game. What an incredible 60 minutes of ball.
Awesome. Awesome.
We have Georgia in front by a bunch. We've got Ole Miss in front by a bunch. And with that in mind, I told you hold on because Pete might be ready. He's ready. So I'm going to ask you to step aside for just a moment and welcome me, Pete Golding. Hey, Pete, it's Scott Van Pelt here on SportsCenter. I just kicked Dusty off the chair so I could visit with you since you just won this remarkable ball game. I'm sure he understands. We were just blown away by the competitive fight on both sides tonight. I'm sure an honor for your squad to be involved in it. Just your first thoughts about what we just witnessed on both sides tonight, Pete.
Yeah, I just think the resiliency, the competitive character, it's been all year. Their toughness, they love to compete, they love to play football. It's a group that has a lot of grit, man, and they really enjoy playing together. And I've said it all along. I just don't think they're tired of playing football yet. And I think that's a big part of playing in the playoffs. And these dudes want to keep playing and create the legacy of this football team, and it's a really neat group.
Pete, I've gotten to know Kirby over the years of doing this, and I know what he appreciated most about his group is the exact same thing you just described, competitive grit. They've demonstrated it over and over this year. They're like the guy in the horror movie, man. They're hard to kill. And when you've got them down and they tie you up, right? I mean, you know somebody's going to have to make a play. What's the mindset? Because you guys ran it on first down there. Were you guys – I was wondering what that last series was going to be like.
Well, we told them at halftime, it was kind of reverse roles from last time. I said, look, we were up 9 points on these guys going into the fourth quarter last time. I said, let's take one play at a time, one possession at a time. And when we do things right and we execute correctly, we're hard to beat. When we don't, we're not. And we didn't execute very good in the first half, and we didn't take care of the football. So coming out in the second half, I thought we were executing better. I thought we were playing more physical up front on both sides of the ball. And then we know in the fourth quarter, regardless of how long we play Georgia, they're going to come run the rock at your ass in the fourth quarter, and you got to be able to stop them. And some of those situations that you think they should be throwing the ball, they're not going to because that's their identity. And, they always do a great job. They don't go away. Kirby does an unbelievable job, and hell of a call on the fake punt, to get them back into it too as well. So just credit to our guys. There's
a cliche in sports that you either win or you learn. And what I appreciate most about you, Pete, is I think you're as real as they get. And I don't know if that cliche makes sense to you. So I'm almost apologizing for asking the question this way. But what'd y'all learn in the fourth quarter? What'd you learn in the fourth quarter in Athens? Because you had them down and then they scored 17 and you scored none. Was there something you took away from that football game?
Yeah, I felt like it was on us as coaches. I'll be honest with you, as me as a coach, I didn't feel like I did a good job rotating enough guys early. We were tired. We were dead. I put too much on too many guys, whether it's front tools or BTFs and things like that, and it just got too big for them. And that wasn't their fault. That was my fault. So we came into it and said, hey, look, we're going to have to play some more players that can play winning football because these dudes want to do it the right way, and they're going to play with toughness, and they're going to play their ass off. So we just got to do a better job coaching them.
You guys have kept the main thing, and nobody outside your room will know what it took to maintain the focus, right? We all understand you had a coach, and he's going to coach somewhere else now, and now it's your gig. What, Pete, as you thought about it, by yourself, alone, knowing what was coming, what was the main thing you wanted your guys to know about what this team this year still had in front of it?
I think this is a unique opportunity when you get in the playoffs. We made the playoffs when I was Division II and 1AA, and the opportunity to continue to play. You're playing every game for another game, and that's really exciting to me. And we've got some guys that are playing really good football towards the end of the year that didn't even start for us in the beginning of the year. And they've got a lot of opportunities to create value for themselves for their next contract. And so we got a lot of guys that just love to play football. So I wasn't worried about if we could put some good plans in place and we could hold them accountable throughout the week and make sure they stay prepared and we practice extremely hard, that we'd be okay. And, we made a lot of mistakes tonight. We didn't leverage the ball well. We didn't tackle very well. We turned the ball over. We did about everything you could to get beat, to be honest with you. But they found a way to win. And that's what good teams do, especially in these playoffs. And hopefully we'll continue to do it.
Pete, I know a fellow in Oxford that owns a spot called the Library, and it doesn't have a lot of books, but it's got a whole bunch of bourbon. And I'm imagining that they're putting a show on, although I assume everybody's in New Orleans, which is a hell of a town for your fans to celebrate in, too. Just give me your best guess of what tonight looks like in Oxford and in New Orleans as the Rebels celebrate this evening.
They'll probably burn both of them down.
Well, let's hope that's not the case. Pete, Happy New Year, man. I appreciate you taking a minute to visit with me.
Yeah.
All the best, man. You got 60 more minutes of ball. That's all anybody wants this time of year. Good luck in the next one, all right?
Yeah, appreciate you.
Yes, indeed. Pete Golden, the head coach of the Ole Miss Rebels, and they secure a spot in the semis. Second playoff win after taking over for Lane Kiffin's 7th Sugar Bowl victory for Ole Miss, trailing only Alabama for the most all time. Well, the good news, Dusty, is we didn't even dive into what we were going to discuss. And this is one of those nights, and it's so much fun to sit and watch games with you, particularly when it's a game like this, which has so many roller coaster ups and downs, and you're planning on what tapes you're going to break down. You got something there which we can get to in a minute. But just how did Ole Miss win this football game in your best estimation?
Well, resiliency. You've heard that word used a lot. And this is a resilient team. When you think about everything they've been through leading up to this game and then in the game, you kind of talked about the peaks and valleys. Trinidad Chambliss deserves all the credit. But you know who else deserves a lot of credit? That defense. The first time these two teams played, Georgia didn't punt. They scored every time they touched the ball except when they nailed it out for the victory. I thought in the second half, that defense stepped up. It made plays. And then Trinidad Chambliss caught fire. He was magical. That performance was legendary for that win for the Ole Miss Rebels. And I think it's a complete team win. Trinidad Chambliss, the offense, they're going to garner a lot of headlines. But I thought that defense coming out of half, you're down 9. They come out and get a stop, get a couple of stops there. They kind of swing that momentum back. And then when Chambliss caught fire in that fourth quarter, it was so much fun to watch.
And I know you have a touch screen. Before you get to it, just go back to a game you had this year against Arkansas. And you visit with their coaches, and they tell you what they think he can do.
Yeah.
And you leave the meetings rolling your eyes to a degree because you have to be thinking this is a little bit of BS. They can't possibly think this Division II guy's this good. He's that good, isn't he?
Ole Miss, Arkansas, his first start, right? Austin Simmons is going to be hurt. He's not going to play. And Charlie Weiss comes in the meeting. He's like giddy. He's like excited. Basically like, wait till you see what I have to show you. And he starts telling us about Trinidad Chambliss and what they like about him and the playmaking ability. He said he's a more athletic Baker Mayfield. And I'm like, yeah, right, Baker Mayfield. Like,
we're talking to a Sooner here.
What are we talking about here? I mean, this guy played at Ferris State, right? And he's like, they told us in his first scrimmage, 6 possessions, 6 touchdowns. Charlie Weiss knew what they had. We saw it that night, and Trinidad Chambliss has not slowed down since. It is a remarkable story to win a national championship at Ferris State, come in to play backup, get your opportunity, and now lead your team to the college football playoff semifinal.
And now under the brightest lights on this New Year's Day against an excellent team that isn't going to go away, championship DNA. What do you got for me here on the touchscreen?
Well, it's the last drive. It's 3rd and 5. Got to have it moments. Got to have it, right? And so let's just take a look. 3rd and 5, and, you know, we're going to get man-to-man here. There's going to be one single-eye safety, which is interesting because the safety is going to be over here to the boundary. All right, but we're going to see across the board here. Man-to-man here, man-to-man here, and man-to-man here. Now, what I want you to pay attention to, we talk about fundamentals and technique. Watch right here. Dejon Stribling, okay? Because Dejon Stribling, what he's going to do at the line of scrimmage is outstanding. Inside release, he's going to jab step inside. He's going to get this DB, DeMello Jones, to step inside. So a hard jab step here, and then just a simple outside release. And as he releases, watch his right hand come over the top and clear the hands of the defensive back. He's going to jab step, and what I love here, jab steps, get past him, and then as you can see right here, Trinidad Chambliss looking here the whole way. If he's even, he's leaving. Dejon Stribling had that step. Now you see the touch, the accuracy, hits him in stride down the field. Biggest moment of the game. And Trinidad Chambliss on that stage with those bright lights, season on the line, delivers the perfect pass. Give Stribling credit for the great release off the line of scrimmage, making the play down the field. But unbelievable what we saw tonight from this Ole Miss football team, and led by Trinidad Chambliss.
And there were 5 different Gunnar Stockton tapes that you could have broken down.
I had them ready.
I know you did, had they been the winning team. As it turned out, they were not. They came back this year against Tennessee, and Ole Miss, and Auburn, and Florida. But tonight, even though they tied it, they ended up coming up 3 points short in the end. Here's Kirby Smart on his dog squad that fought hard but ends up on the wrong end.